Hi, I'm CK at CK Education, and I want to talk about 4 words today that prevent progress. These are so important. Now, this is not just for students. This is for anybody. This is for any human being, okay, who is trying to strive and reach their goals, and whether it's academic, whether it's in their career, in their business, whatever it is. Here are the 4 words. The 4 words are, I already know that. Okay, I already know that. I already know that. You see that how that stops progress? You're reading something, you're hearing something, you're learning something. Oh, I already know that. Now here's a problem. In the very small percentage of cases, in my observation, people really do already know that. They know it at a deep level. I'm talking like 1% or less of the people who really say that really know that. The rest of the 99%, the rest of the over 99% people, when they say, I already know that, all they mean is, I've heard that before, but they don't really know it. Okay? So I go over this all the time. I experience this all the time. When I'm teaching SAT, I explain something, I go over a problem, or I go over a rule, or I go over a concept, and a lot of times I hear students say, oh, I already know that, or I get it, or I get that. But I always remind them, that's great that you get it. I'm glad you get it. I'm happy that you get it. Or I'm glad you've seen it before. I'm happy that you remember now. Oh yeah, I remember learning that. But that doesn't mean you've mastered it. And mastery, that level, is the only level at which it will help you in reaching your goal. Just, I know that. I already know it. I already heard it. I get it even. It's not enough. Because, just as an example, if I teach you 5 rules, if I teach you 5 math rules, and I give you some problems next week, and you just seen it one time with me explaining, oh, I get it. And next week I give you problems that use those rules, you won't remember those rules. 24 to 48 hours later, if you haven't reviewed it, if you haven't continued to review it, you're going to forget 90% of the things you've heard, 90% of the things you learn. So even if you get it in the moment, don't mistake that for, oh, now it's a permanent part of my memory DNA. It's seared into my mind. It's not. It's just like, I get it. And then it just falls to the wayside. And then you forget about it when you're tested on it next week, or you get another problem. I kind of remember, but this is what you get. Now, this can become very serious because people do this with their health, people do it with their business, people do it with money, people do it with academics, people do it with relationships, people do it with all kinds of things. And people wonder why. I think I'm working very hard, but I'm not reaching my goals. I'm working very hard, but my score isn't going up. I'm working very hard, but my GPA is still stagnant. I'm working very hard, but my relationship still sucks. I'm working very hard in my business, but it still continues to decline. Whatever the thing is very simple. The reason it's not probably complicated, okay? It's one of a few things. First of all, you're not working as hard as you think you are. That could be it. Number 2, you're probably working on the wrong things. If you are working very, very hard, you're probably working hard on the wrong things. Number 3, maybe you are working on the right things and you are maybe working pretty hard at it, but you keep thinking to yourself that you've mastered it when you've only been familiar with it. If you continue to practice something without the goal of mastery, if you're just trying to repeat it for the sake of repeating it, and after repeating it 20 times, you're like, I still don't know it. Because you haven't practiced with the intention of mastering that. Then it's not going to get you very far, even if you're working on the right things and even if you're working hard. So all those things have to come into play. Now, if you're working very hard, you're learning the right things, and you are mastering those things as you go, there is no reason why you should not get results, okay? I found in life that things are created to be very complicated when they're not. They're really not. And even when I give financial advice, I say, look, it's very simple. I think it's very simple. It's not so complicated as people think. So when I'm talking to older, like adults and some of my older students, I tell them, let me just tell you a few things about finances, basic finances. Number 1, save up cushion money. What does cushion money mean? If you lose your job, you can still live for 8 to 12 months. The more the better, the longer the better. Number 2, Whatever debts you have, start paying them off. And your goal is to be debt free. And when I say debt, there are 4 kinds of debt. There's credit card debt, there's student loans, there's car loans, and there's mortgages. Okay? And so your job is to, get rid of all those debts. Okay? And number 3 is you have to create an income stream, and if possible, a business in which you can create a cash flow machine. And so if you could do that, and you can create a way for money to come in, even if you don't have to necessarily be there, that would be great. Or make sure that you have multiple streams of income, so if one thing dries up, you have money coming in from other places. And I'm not going to get into detail in this video, but these are just very, very simple things. I'm not saying they're easy. Some of these take years. Some of these take decades, like paying off your mortgage. Sometimes that takes decades. But those are the things that you have to keep in mind. Those are the important things. And so all of the things that you want to accomplish, the things you want to do, the important things, they're not as complicated as people think. And so in reaching your goals, always remember this. Whenever you're learning something about anything, and you're trying to reach your goals and trying to get a higher level of achievement, and you keep saying to yourself, I already know that. I already know that. Look, don't let your ego and your pride get in the way. If you have not mastered that, don't just put it off and say, I already know it. Say, well, I've heard of it, but I don't know it as deeply as I should, perhaps. So let me work on it. Let me study it some more. Let me read some more books on it. Let me talk to some more people. Let me watch more YouTube videos, whatever it is, and learn and get that and have a deeper and deeper understanding of it, if indeed that thing that you need to learn is important. But don't just shake it off by saying, I already know that. Man, that's such a killer. Those 4 words are such killer words to progress that I wanted to make this video and explain that briefly. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you stop saying that. I hope you stop thinking that, and rather that I already know that, I can know it better. I can know it better. Okay, so I would do that and to make more progress. Okay, I'm CK at CK Education. Thanks for watching, and until my next video, please stay well.